My favorite place to be. What's up?
I'm sensing some sarcasm.
No.
Ryan, how hard is it to try to put offensive drives together when the scoreboard isn't, in your favor, in these games?
I think the first two, when they get out of hand like that, you get out of your base offense, more of a 2-minute mode, trying to get some stuff downfield. And, I think both times in the second half, the first two games, it was a lot of that, and so we just have to be better early. We want to start fast, and it's always a point of emphasis for teams, but that's been a tough thing for us, especially the last game, starting fast, which didn't happen, and good positive plays on first down, which didn't really happen. So those are things that we're focusing on and emphasizing.
So not only are you not able to execute the game plan, but you're having to divert much more offensively because of how the second half is unfolding. Is that
It just, you get into a different mode, where you get away from the run game a little bit, and you just start throwing the ball a lot more, trying to play catch up and come from behind. So that's a mode that you want to try to avoid and stay out of, which means you just got to play better early on.
Ryan, as the voice of experience of this team, what kind of sage advice can you give these younger players at this point in the season?
It's only week 3, right? So just come to work every single day, put your head down, and just do your job. Focus on doing your job and do the best you can at what you're doing. And if you do that and you get better, then collectively the team's going to get better. So that's our message right now, focusing on us and trying to do a better job individually, which collectively will bring everybody up.
Is there a different, mental or emotional impact on you when these big losses happen the way they do?
I think sometimes they are harder to put behind you. A lot of times with a loss, whether it's a 1-point loss or, what we've seen the last few weeks, you're always kind of down for a little bit. But to have 2 in a row, maybe it lingers a little bit longer. But, by Wednesday, you've got to put all your focus and energy into the next team and the next game. So I would say that may be one of the differences.
How have you found ways to compartmentalize, some of the current struggles?
That's it. You have to, that word, you just have to compartmentalize everything that you're doing and, put it behind you and put all your focus into this week. That's it. It's a difficult thing to do sometimes, but as a football player and really as a quarterback, that's how you do it. You block out the noise, and it's the other way too. When you're winning and everybody's happy and you're doing so great, you still had to put that on the back burner and really focus on what you're doing, because every week presents different challenges.
Was there a part of you that was wondering if you'd start this week after how the first week's gone?
For me, I've seen it every way. I truly have, between a lot of different instances, but starting because of suspension, starting because of a guy breaking his jaw, not being in, then being in, not being in, having somebody tear his ACL and being in. There's a million different things and ways that it's happened in my career. So for me, always being ready and knowing, that when I have my opportunity, I got to go out there and do my best. And, my whole career has been like that, and I've just tried to do my best and putting my focus in what I can control. In the first 2 games, obviously there's a lot of things that I need to do better in order for us to perform better, and that's what my focus is on right now.
Have you ever had to share the job where you're playing and the other guy's playing and you're playing and the other guy's playing?
There's never, the 2-man, like you would see in college, like the platoon, or you don't really see that in the NFL. So that's not really something that happens. You're in or you're out type deal.
You found it more beneficial in general when a teammate or teammates is having problems with drops to just not talk about it because it's such a mental thing, or to actually openly discuss it?
I think it's unique and different for every guy, but it's not. There are certain things, there's the elephant in the room. There are certain things, whether it's the Minka trade or Laramie or Kenny or dropping the ball or throwing an interception, that some people treat them as taboo, but it's really, you just have to be open about it and put everything out there, and knowing that guys are going to make mistakes, but maybe getting to the root of why it's happening. And that's not just for drops. That's for, bad decisions, bad throws, all that stuff. But I think as a whole, just over-communicating on all that and getting it out there is an important thing.
You mentioned, I guess, those elephant topics. Do you guys as a team kind of discuss those topics maybe as we do? Like you mentioned the trades or different big things that happen about
There's just a lot of this stuff. It's got to be talked about and put out there, and then you move on, and that's kind of the way that it's been handled.
So has it been discussed that this roster doesn't seem like it has the talent right now to compete? Is that something that's brought up to you guys?
No, I mean that we guys with transactions happening. I mean that's brought up, whether guys are here, not here, who's getting brought in, who's not. That stuff, just open and honest, gets discussed right away, and then you move on and again just bury your head in the game plan and what you can do every day to improve.
Ryan, having said that, how hopeful are you that the dust has kind of settled? At least major moves at the top of the roster?
You never. I mean, in the NFL, you never know, and especially as the season goes on with injuries and different things as well. It's part of it. I mean, there's always a revolving door of players coming in and out, and you've got to do your best to control what you can control.
How do you feel about the overall talent level of the first four opponents on the Dolphins schedule?
I mean, really, really good teams, obviously, and it's the thing is, I mean, it's the NFL. There's talent everywhere. Obviously, especially the first 3 weeks, and what I've seen, and now what I've looked at for this week with Dallas, very talented teams, and Dallas has a great defense. The things that they've done, they're playing very well offensively right now. But what we've looked at, they do a great job on defense and rallying to the ball and making plays, and the speed of their defense, all that kind of shows up on tape. Physicality.
There was a story they brought up during the broadcast that you were getting texts during the week that people thought you might be asking for a trade because of the name Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I think something flashed on ESPN, and I got a couple. What's going on? And it was Minka, that kind of deal.
This might be a good time to revisit the trademark thing.
None of that was my idea. That wasn't me.
All right, guys, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.